Let me show you the best 10 reasons that I do feel to say these will convince you to get started with a phone accessory business, right? So, like, what are those top reasons that I do feel personally with my 4 years of experience, touch in hand on this very business? Like, why do I feel to say one should start a phone accessory business, right? Okay, so let me get started with this reason number one. The first one is that low startup cost. It has low startup cost, right? Fine. So if one has to start a business, a phone accessory business, you can start it in so many categories. Okay, someone, you can start even without having a shop. Maybe you don't have a shop where to start from and all that stuff. Why? Because I've tried that before. I've gone out in the streets, gotten an umbrella and a table, start, and people are coming to buy from me the screen protectors, right? So that's one of the reasons that I feel to say is you can just start anyhow. You can start anyhow, and it doesn't actually need you to have a lot of stuffs to put in place for you to get started. Okay, in as much as you just have stock, that is all you need for you to get started, right? So I've seen a lot of guys, and one of my subscribers on this channel was telling me to say, I need to get started. I just want to get a bag, and then I put my stock there, then I start going out with the stock out. You see, that is very easy, very simple to get started. And if you're watching this video, please get started in that manner. Okay, so it doesn't really need you to have a very big shop. It doesn't really need you to have maybe machinery, a very big warehouse. No, it doesn't actually need you to have that. All that it just needs you to have is just stock. And look at this, where I am right now. I've been operating here and I've been expanding. What I've been expanding is not even a built building. Okay, this is just these are just iron sheets that I just to put together. When I say that it's more, I had more iron sheets and all that stuff. It doesn't actually really need me to get into a very big shop and then I do this and this. No, it doesn't really actually need me to do that, right? So as long as I have stock right now, if you look at my stock, I'm able to sustain my business. It's able to sell. People are able to come to me, and I've made a lot of sales. A lot of sales. If I can tell you my total amount of sales that I made last year, it may amaze you. Okay, and come to ask or come to think of it, where is this man making such money from? It's just here. Okay, it's just here. We don't really need to have very big shops. Just here we are able to rent our houses just from here. We are able to keep our families, and we are able to buy it whatever that we want, not from a big shop. No, it's just within these iron sheets. Okay, so what is really important, it's not just about the building and where you are. What is important is your personality is what you are going to extend into your business. They often say a business is just an extension of who you are. Okay, so if you are pathetic, you are bad and all that stuff, it will just project itself into a business. That's why where I am here, people can learn from. I see people, they jump a lot of shops, okay, down there. They jump all those shops and they come over to me and they tell me, say, we have jumped off those shops to come and buy from you. They actually tell me that in my face. Okay, so why do you think that is? It's because of how you've conducted yourself. It's not just about money. I've visited some shops where you find people are so arrogant. Okay, people are so pathetic. Like you wouldn't even love to stay there. I remember when I was in Tanzania, one time I went for orders and I wanted to visit some new shops. Then I came across this person who has so then when I wanted to enter and try, I entered in that shop, and just the way that person was actually coming, approaching me and all that stuff, I felt threatened. Like if I don't buy from this person, it could be bad. So I couldn't even have my freedom. Like a customer should have a freedom to say, no, I don't want this, I want this. Okay, so like I didn't have that freedom, and I noticed to say the things that I wanted, he never had them. So now, because I was so afraid because of how he was coming out and all that stuff, so in order for me to just keep my peace, I just bought a few things from him, then I left. And those things I bought, I never even wanted them. You see, so it's about how you carry yourself towards your own business, not about having a very large building, having this and this, having a lot of stock, you can have a lot of stocks and we can make sales even more than you. Okay, so that's about it, guys. So that's the first reason, it has low startup cost. And number two, there is a higher demand. I don't know how many times I'm going to talk about this, but phone accessory business is kind of a business that has a lot of demand. Okay, think of this right now. How many people do have phones? Statistically, it has been proven, it has been researched that there are 8 billion plus phones on this planet. Okay, look at this. We have about we have about 7 billion people on this planet, but phones have exceeded the number of planets. And what I'm trying to say is this: we have so many phones, and where phones are concerned means they'll need accessories to work with those phones, right? So therefore, where you have a lot of phones, it means that there will be a lot of phone accessories, meaning that when it comes to phone accessories, you'll find that so many categories of people, they do have phones, okay? Whether they're old, they're big, they're small, every category of people, they have phones, okay? Which these, when you find a person that has a phone, that means that person is your customer, okay? So it broadens it broadens the number of customers that you do have, okay? And that's the beauty about the phone accessories business. It's not like it's not like these other items where it only targets specific types of people, but this one targets everyone, and thereby increasing the demand for the phone accessories. Okay, so every day, and one of the good part about phone accessories is that they wear out so fast. Okay, why? Because they work every day. Imagine a charger that charges a phone every single day. Every single day is charging. Every single day is charging. Meaning that that charger is likely to wear out so fast. And when it's wearing out so fast, it is increasing the demand on you as a supplier who's giving them those items to have more, and more business. So that's the other reason why I do feel say you have to do this business, because it has higher demand. And when the business has high demand, it means that you are likely to grow it so very fast. The other reason why you can do phone accessory business is that this phone accessory business has got crazy profits margins, crazy profit margins. Look at this. There are chargers that I buy at 20 kwacha and I sell them at 70 kwacha. Okay, screen protectors, some of them I buy at 10 kwacha, then I sell them at 50 kwacha. It's just so insane. Okay, most of the times when you get a 50% or 100% profit, we count it as insane. For example, when you buy something at 50 kwacha, then you sell it at 100 kwacha, we count that profit as very much and very insane. But when it comes to phone accessories, you can buy something at 50 kwacha and sell it at 150, meaning that you even go beyond 100% profits. Okay, it just has these crazy margins, guys. When you look at it, you might think maybe we are joking. Okay, when the first time when I was writing my first budget, and someone was telling me, okay, this we buy it at 30 kwacha, and then when I look at how much, I was like, are you telling me the truth? This thing we buy it at 100 kwacha. He said, yes, that's the thing. Okay, so profit margins are just so crazy. They are just so crazy. Okay. And when a business is giving you crazy profit margins, it means you'll be able to grow that business as soon as possible. So that's the beauty about this phone accessories business. So what are you waiting for? Come join us so that you also feel these crazy profit margins. Okay, so this really is something that is so tangible. It's not something that can really exaggerate, but these are things that are realities, the things that are real. Okay, so when I tell you that, it's not something, I'm not just trying to trigger interest, but I'm only sharing with you the experience that is on the ground. Okay, so some of these covers, sometimes when you are buying a lot of them, you can buy them at 20 kwacha, 22 kwacha, but when you're selling each one, you might sell at 50 kwacha, 60 kwacha. That's about it. A cable, you buy a cable at 10 kwacha, you sell a cable at 30 kwacha. That's that's how crazy it is. Okay, and there are those things that are really expensive, but when you look at how much you are buying them on a order price, you might think you are being crazy, like you're not being fair on your customers. And that's why when someone is starting, I always emphasize to say, make sure that your pricing is better, because sometimes you might even price the item so low, thinking to say, since I bought it so cheap, I can get no. That way you destroy your business. Why? Because you look at those that are selling already, and then you see how best you can trigger your prices, so that you don't really need to have your prices that are so high and so low at the same time. So you have to take note of that. Okay, so another thing is that it has variety of products. Variety of products, that's a beauty. Okay, so when it comes to clothes, maybe sometimes when a person when it comes to phone accessories, when you have different types of phone accessories, you have chargers, you have cables, you have screen protectors, card readers, you have phone covers, you have headsets, variety. Okay, which means that if today someone doesn't want to buy a headset, maybe they had a problem with a charger, then they buy a charger. If someone doesn't want to buy a charger, maybe they broke their screen protector. That's a beauty. So if you don't get your customers on this angle, you might get them on that other angle. That's a beauty about it. So a variety of product. And One part I've seen in phone accessories, you find that when you say phone covers, whatever it is, varieties. So there is variety in variety. Okay, this is what I mean. So we have different types of categories in here, right? But when it comes to covers as well, you have varieties of covers. So you can even start your own business that is just dealing with covers. Okay, why? Because in covers also you find variety of covers. So you find silicone, you find these are decorated, these look like this, and the way they are so different, that's the same way even the prices are different as well. That's a beauty, guys. So if you would say, fine, I'll just deal with phone covers, that's not a problem. You still find also your business in phone covers, because you find different covers of different kinds. So that's the beauty about the variety which concerns the phone accessories business. So that's about it, guys. And the other reason that I do feel to say you need to do this one is that phone accessory business will always be needed. You always need them. For as long as we have phones, then we'll need phone accessories. Okay, so it's not something that is fading away. It's not a seasonal business. No. So no matter how many people can, as long as we have the population and people still have phones, they'll still need phone accessories. And the first thing that you'll find after a phone, you'll find a charger. If you're buying a phone, they'll sell you a phone with a charger to show you, to say, as you go on in life of this phone, you might need this charger. So that's the beauty about it. You will always need chargers. You will always need screen protectors. It will always be there. It's not like a seasonal business. Maybe, for example, when someone is selling, blankets, there are these moments when it's very hot and people don't really need blankets. So they will say, fine, since this and this, but this will always be there. You always find phone covers, whether it's rain season, whether it's dry season, you always find these phone accessories. And the other thing that I have seen in my work, the other point I wrote here is easy to sell. They are very easy to sell. Okay, why? Because they are it's self-explanatory. Okay, you don't need to explain so much to someone about the charger. Okay, you don't need to explain to a person when you are selling a charger. When someone just looks at the charger, they're in need of a charger, you will not need to explain so much. You just look at them and say, okay, fine, so this is a charger. Good. That's how it moves, guys. So it is self-explanatory, and when it's self-explanatory, then it's easy for you to sell. Okay, so that's the beauty about this phone accessories business, right? So the last but not the least, it is easy, or it is fast to grow. It grows faster. Okay, because of the reasons I've stated above. Most of the times you'll find that this phone accessories, it is faster in terms of growth. Okay, so you'll not take so much time to grow. Okay, within 6 months you see a difference. Okay, within 3 months you see a difference if you're just consistent. Look at this. If you can give yourself 90 days, you're open today, start working today, within that 90 days period, a lot can happen. Okay, so it is easy for you to grow this stuff so fast. That's why I always recommend to say, do phone accessories business. It is the best business on this planet right now. In case you want to talk to me, my line is, this is WhatsApp, +260 979 510170. My name is Sika, and see you in the next one.